It's time for the next Patron's Choice game. Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, as selected by longtime supporter Burning Earth Productions. So, yeah, here we go. And I am recording this with post-commentary. Was tempted to just make this whole LP a post-commentary one, but I'll go back to live commentary after this part. The TLDR, this game is ridiculously hard to record for some reason. Like, when I was having troubles, like, I was just like, okay, why is, like, OBS just having trouble recording this? And yeah, it turns out, like, it's a known thing. Like, there are whole, like, Reddit threads and discussions just trying to help people, like, stream or record this game, or at the very least, the PC version. Like, I'm able to play it perfectly fine with no issues, but, like, I couldn't record it in Bandicam, I couldn't record it in OBS. I'm going back to, like, my roots here and using fraps, which does seem to work, except for the pre-rendered CG cutscenes. Like, when those pop up, I just get a blank screen, but the audio still records fine. I have never encountered a game like this weird to record in all my years on YouTube. So yeah, like, I was half tempted to just emulate the Xbox version or buy the Switch port, but hey, I'm able to record it in fraps, and I'm able to extract the movie cutscenes from the Steam folder. So yeah, just gonna require a little extra editing on the parts with cutscenes, but it's fine, no big deal, no big deal, not the end of the world here. Plus, it'll be easy for me to line them up. I just gotta look for black screens in the recording. But yeah, enough about the technical issues that I was having with this game. Well, aside from also a glitch that I encountered in the first failed attempt at recording this, where I could not move after combat. Turns out that's tied to VSync. Turning on VSync can correct that. I have no idea how those two things are connected. Because VSync is just, you know, like, that only affects, like, frame rate, visual quality, all that stuff, but No, being unable to move after combat was tied to that for some reason. Man, programming games back in the day, huh?
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time. I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up! We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier. But Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
But anyway, yeah, this is KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. I have played some of it before. I got like about 4 or 5 hours into it, but then I just kind of stopped playing. No real reason why at the time. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, this will be blind because it's been years since I had last played, and unfortunately, because this is like an older game on Steam, there's no cloud saves, so I'm starting from scratch for this LP. Which, I mean, I was going to start over regardless, but I don't have like a file I can go back to, you know, collect my bearings and like just, you know, see the build I had going on at the time and all that good stuff.
But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door. What? Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
But yeah, like with the character creation here, I was just kind of going with the flow because I don't know like what the ideal build is for this game, or like, or rather the ideal build for each class. So I just went with the scout class because, you know, balance between the three.
My security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door. What? Let me have a look. God. These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
And I let the game pick the stat distributions and just a whole bunch of other stuff. Just going with the recommended. See how that pans out. So, yeah. Compared to JRPGs or just, you know, RPGs in general, this kind of Western RPG that's very like with lack of a better term, D&D based, where you pretty much build your character from the ground up.
Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds.
And you
Might be a good idea to use one now
like,
before our next battle.
I'm trying to find the best way to describe this, even though like it's common, but like, no, where you just rely on like rolls and random number generators to determine like, oh, this attack will be successful, this feat will be successful. If I have a high charisma stat, I can persuade these people to do this as opposed to like fighting my way past, etc., etc. Other games in this vein are like Fallout, Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate, none of which I have particularly high experience with. I did play one PS2 Baldur's Gate with my friend Arbor back in the day. I think that was Baldur's Gate 2 on PS2? PS3? No, PS2. That was fun. That was a fun time. And I own a couple, actually no, I own quite a few Fallouts, but I've never played them. And it's no real, like, reason why I haven't played too many RPGs in this vein. It's just a matter of, I guess, wrong place, wrong time. You know, growing up, I was a really big Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest fan, and then Pokemon, and like those just ate up all my time. So I never really got to a lot of games in this vein, kind of like how I had never played a Castlevania until I started streaming. Just like a lack of branching out or really playing them. No real like vendetta against them or anything. I just never got around to it. So yeah, like I'm excited to see how this LP will go. Because I do remember having fun playing this. And I am just going to go with the flow when it comes to the different choices and ways to complete quests and stuff. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to completely adhere to the Jedi path or the Sith path, because, yeah, that is a thing you can do with this game. Based on how you play, it can determine your allegiance. But also, I mean, I don't think that system was too fleshed out at this time. Like, in the sense that a lot of early games where it's like, oh, you have this system, a morality system where you can either end up good or evil. And there would be like no subtlety involved whatsoever. Like BioShock. I love BioShock, but the morality system in BioShock was crazy. It's like, are you going to kill this child or let this child live? That was genuinely it. Like, are you going to be the most evil person in the world, or are you going to be normal? Infamous kind of had a more in-depth morality system. Like, there was some subtlety there, you know, like little choices. And from what I've seen of Baldur's Gate 3, that has a really good system going on too. But there's a lot you can do in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I'm kind of interested in that game. I might pick it up one day. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the flow, see where I end up at the end of the game. And yeah, any tips, hints, things to look out for, all that stuff will be greatly appreciated.
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way. That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
So not much really to say here for the rest of this part. This was like my 4th attempt at recording this, which is why I did it with, or I just recorded the gameplay and then decided I would do post commentary afterward, because I was just tired of trying to repeat the same things, hit the same points. So yeah, just going through this tutorial section. By this time I didn't have to listen to all the various, like, here's how you equip this, here's how you do this. Yeah, I was just going with the swords. I was dual wielding. I don't know if that's making me particularly any better or worse. I should experiment more just to see. I do have blasters, but I wasn't really using them. And I was using grenades like a crunch.
For the Republic! Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
So yeah, that's all I really have to say here. Like I said, this is just the little introductory area, and in all my attempts at recording this with live commentary, all I was just, you know, talking about my experience with KOTOR and Western RPGs in general, and just essentially trying to learn the game, trying to talk myself through different things, trying to refresh my memory on the combat system, all that good stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of this here video, and we'll be back to the live commentary next time. Can't believe I gotta use fraps again. I thought that was behind me. There were dark times indeed. Also, these freaking file sizes, man. I don't miss that. Like, put it in perspective. A 3-hour chunk of Ghostwire Tokyo I recorded came to 77 gigs. Like, that's 3 hours of a relatively new game in an MP4 format, whereas like 30 minutes of KOTOR in fraps came to 20 gigs because AVIs. Oh man, fraps was
behind here.
That was a rough time. That was a rough time.
Damn, another dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
But yeah, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of this here video, depending on how I edit the post commentary to fit around all this stuff. And I will see you all next time.
This is Carthon
Goodbye.
on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire security systems against the Sith.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left in the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later. Whoa, hold on. Don't try and get up yet. You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash-landed here on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the KOTOR packs do their job. Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you on the escape pod. Do you remember? I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone. You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her. I don't, but Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malak and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived. Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us. If we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed. Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.